Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. How are you all doing? Great too? Good? That's very great. Yes, I'm also good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. So tell me, how are your lessons going? Are they going well? Yes? Are you guys learning? Any confusion? Any question? No? That's very great. So tell me, how many of you have revised the lecture at your home? Yes, raise your hands. Okay, so who is going to tell me what we did in yesterday's class? What was the topic? Reading fractions. Excellent. And how can we read out fractions? Let's say a fraction is written in front of you. Okay, I'm going to write some fractions in front of you and you are going to tell me how to read out that, right? Okay. Okay. So first tell me, is there only single way to read a fraction? No, there are multiple ways. Good. So how do we read out fraction? What was the simplest way or the mathematical way that we learned? We took help from a previous topic. What was that topic? Ordinal number names. Excellent. Okay. So tell me, what are ordinal number names? First tell, what does ordinal number names do? They tells us about the position of something. Excellent. And remember when we were discussing the fractions, I told you that when we are discussing the fractions, even why do we take help from ordinal number names? Because in this, even in the fractions, every fraction have a position or every part have a position in this whole part, right? That is why we take help from the ordinal number names, right? Okay. Now look at this first one. Tell me, what is the ordinal number name for this number? How do we call it as? Fifth. Very well done. And what will we do for this? We will attach 1 before it, right? So the number have become 1/5, right? And what are the other ways of calling it? 1/5, right? 1/5. Okay, look at this one. What is the ordinal number name for this number? It's 11th. Excellent. And what will be attached before that? What is the numerator? Sorry, it's 1. So 1/11th, right? Look at the next one. What is the ordinal number name for this? It's 7th. Excellent. And what will be attached before it? Again, 1, right? What is the ordinal number name for this? It's 2nd. Excellent, Sarah. And what will we do? What will be attached before it? Again, 1. Excellent. And this is a special case. We heard about a different name about it in the video as well, and the practice that we did in yesterday's class as well. What is the common name for this? 1/4. Clap for Elise. Yes, 1/4. And what is the standard name? Ordinal number name is 4th, and what we will attach before it? Again 1. So the name would be 1/4. And the other ways of calling it is 1/4, 1/4, or 1/4. Excellent. So all of you have revised the lecture. Very well done. Okay. So we have so far learned that what fractions are, right? That fractions are basically the parts of a whole. Then we have also studied that how we can read out different fractions, and in that we discussed that we can take help from the ordinal number names. With the help of that, we can easily read out fractions. And the simplest way is that we write the ordinal number name for the number which is in the denominator, right? And then we attach the simple number before it. Okay. In today's class, we will practice, we will move forward, a step forward, and then we will learn how we can write different fractions, right? Okay, so writing fractions is also very easy. It's not difficult. We will learn it together. How we can write it? Let's say there is this small activity, okay? Now the activity is that you have a bar of chocolate, right? and you are supposed to divide it among 3 of your friends or among 3 of your siblings, right? How will you divide it? Let's say there is this chocolate, it's dairy milk, okay? This is a bar of chocolate you have, and let's say there are, and you are supposed to divide it among 3 people. First count, how will you divide it? You will first count the number of, yes, the number of squares it have, right? So that you can divide equally. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 6, 12, right? And you are supposed to divide it among 3 people. This means that every people will get 4 of them, right? So this would be for one person, this would be for second person, and this would be for third person, right? Now, how many parts you have divided this into? 3. And what is this part? If we talk about this one, how much is this? 1. So this means that this part, this one part is 1 by 3 of the whole. This is one part or one fraction of this whole 3. Got it? Now look at this one. This is again 1 out of 3. And if we talk about these both, then you will write 2. And what is the total number? Again 3. So how do we write fractions? The easy practice is, okay, first tell me how many of you know what is numerator and what is denominator. Let's say when we write a fraction, this part is known as numerator, and this part is known as denominator, right? Okay, so now when we are writing fraction, what do we basically do? In the numerator, we write the number. Let's say if I talk about this circle has been divided into 4 equal parts, right? If I ask you how many of its parts are in orange color, so what would you tell me? It's only 1, right? And what is the total number in which the whole circle is divided into? 4. So what I write in numerator is the color part, right? And this tells us about the whole, that how many numbers it is divided into, right? Now look at this one. If I ask you how many of its parts are in orange color, so what would you tell me? 2, right? And what is the total number in which this triangle is divided into? 3. So the numerator tells us about the shaded parts, and the denominator tells us about the whole number in which that shape or that particular thing is divided into. Got it? Now look at this one. If I ask you how many of its parts are in red color, or how many of them are shaded in red, what would you tell me? They are 2, right? And what is the total number in which it is divided into? 4. Got it? Any confusion? No? Okay, so now let's watch first an interesting video that will help you reinforce this concept. And then we will be practicing some exercise from your book as well, right? So I'm going to share the screen with you. Show me a thumbs up if it is visible to you, okay? Is it visible? Excellent.
Let's learn about reading fractions and writing fractions. Introduction. 1 upon 4. 1 here is a numerator and 4 is a denominator. You can also say 1 over 4, 1 upon 4, or 1 by 4. There are different ways to say it. Standard method says that this is 1/4. And general use, you call it a quarter. And there are many other variations of it.
Okay, so you have tell that there are, how do we write? In the same method, the same thing is explained over there, that in the numerator and the upper part of the fraction, we write the number which is shaded or which is, let's say, eaten, right? Or and then the denominator tells us about the whole number or the number of fractions in which that is divided into, right? Okay. So now in your book, there is very interesting activity in which you are supposed to divide the shapes into equal parts, and they are all very amazing. So I have already done the two for you, right? And what you are supposed to do that you are supposed to divide all of those shapes into 1/3. This means that you are supposed to make three equal parts from all of that. The first one is triangle, and I have already made a triangle for you. So how we can divide the triangle into three equal parts, that we draw one line like this, and then this and this. Now all of these three parts are 1/3 because all of them are equal, right? Can you see this? Now the next one is circle. How we can divide a circle into three equal parts. So there are two methods of that. The first thing is that you can make circles in this. Now this would not be equal, right? So what if we cut it like this? Are they equal? Again, no. What if we cut it like this? Are they equal? No, this part is again big, right? So what would be the method? We will be following the same method that we use for the division of triangle. We will make a circle, bring a line like this, then this, and this. Now all of these parts are divided into equal fractions. Can you see this, right? This is 1/3, 1/3, and again 1/3. Got it? Any confusion? No? Okay, should we move forward? Okay, now look at the next picture. The next picture is a rectangle. It's very simple. There are two ways of dividing a rectangle into equal fractions. You can either divide them like this, like we divided the bar of chocolate, right? Or you can divide them into equal fractions in the vertical manner. 1, 2, and 3, right? So in both ways, it will be divided into equal fractions. This is 1/3, this is 1/3, and again 1/3. Got it? Now look at the next one. The next one is a beautiful flower with 5 petals. No, not 5, basically 6 petals. There is a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now the best way is because all of these parts are already equal, right? They are already equal. So, but what we are supposed to do, that we are supposed to divide them into equal fractions, and we are supposed to make only 3 out of it. So you will draw a line in front of it like this. Now this half part is with this part, again half part is with these two, and again half part is with these two. Got it? What we have done basically, look at the center part. We have make a division in the center part like we did in the circle before that, right? And then we have added two petals with each. And it has become 3 fractions, right? We have made 3 parts out of that whole flower. Any confusion? No? Should we move forward? Okay. So now the next it says, now we have learned so far that how we can divide it into three fractions. Now look at how we can divide it into four fractions. Look at this square. Is it divided into four parts? Yes. Look at this circle. Is it divided into four parts? Yes. How? Is it easily visible to you now? There are four parts of it, right? So, right? And it also have four parts. Two of them are in red color and two of them are in pink color, right? Okay. So how we have divided a circle into four equal parts, that we have drawn two lines, one vertical, one horizontal, and it has divided into four equal parts. Look at this square. It was very simple. Again, one horizontal and one vertical. Similarly, if you have a rectangle, you can easily divide it into four equal parts. One, two, three, four. All of them should be equal, right? So dividing things into four parts is very easy. Now what will happen? Let's say if I talk about this one part and I ask you how many, make a fraction of how many of them are shaded. So tell me how many of its parts are shaded? One. And what are the total number of parts? Four. So the fraction would be 1/4. Now let's say if I ask how many of its parts are shaded? Now, three. What is the total number? Four. Got it? How do we write fractions? In the numerator, we write the number that is shaded, right? That is colored. And then in the denominator, we write the total number in which that shape is divided into. Got it? Okay. Any confusion? Any question? No? So what we have learned or what we have practiced so far was already in your book. We have covered two pages, that is 32 and 33, right? So there is no question, exercise question that we are supposed to do. There was just explanation that I have already explained to you. But before ending the class, I'm going to share the screen with you. There is this small activity that you will be doing that will help you reinforce this concept, okay? So, is my screen visible? Okay, there are some pictures drawn in front of you, and then there are some options available in front of that. You are supposed to choose the correct option. Look at the very first circle, right? Tell me how many of its parts are in pink color or how many of it is shaded? One. And what is the total number it is divided into? Four. So what is the right option? Third one. Excellent. Look at the next one. How many of its parts are shaded? One. What is the total number? Two. So the right option is fourth one. Excellent. Look at the third one. How many of its parts are shaded? Two. And the total number? Three. So the answer would be third one. Very well done. Look at the fourth one. How many of parts are shaded? Three. And the total number? Four. So the right option would be 3/4. That is second one. Excellent. And now look at the fifth one. How many of its parts are shaded? Two. And the total number? Three. So the right option is fourth one. Very well done. So now all of you are clear? Any confusion? No? Excellent. So that was all for today. What we learned how we can write fractions. And the method is that in the numerator part, we write the number which is shaded area. And in the denominator part, we write the total number in which that shape or that thing is divided into, right? So this is how we write fractions. Hope you guys enjoyed the lecture. If there is any confusion, any question, you can ask me tomorrow as well. But do practice it at your home. I'll be seeing you in the next class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.